All right, all right. This is the Horus Hour. Hour of truth, hour of love, hour of fun, hour of laughter, hour of storytelling. Yes, another hour of storytelling. This time I'm going to tell you about another time, the first time we actually moved into a house, okay, when I was 8 years old. It was in the city of Inglewood, and we lived in this house next to another family. Okay. We were the only black people in the neighborhood. Well, on that block. And on the other block, it was only one other family. But in the entire neighborhood, it was only three black families that I knew of. And anyway, so have you ever heard of the white flight? That was when all the white people started moving out of Inglewood. Black people started moving in. And how that happened was because of my dad. A lot of people don't know this, okay? Because when we did move into Inglewood, we were one of the first black families. And because, they was, how they do the red zoning and all that stuff and how all that was going on. But we were renting, okay? My dad couldn't afford to buy no house, okay? So, yeah, we was renting. And we lived next to next to this other family. And they had a bunch of kids, man, about what, four boys, you know what, four or five boys and one girl. But then the two youngest ones were the same age as me and my brother. They were 6 and 7. And I was the oldest. I was 8. And Timmy was 5. Okay, so it was Timmy, Bobby. They were our age, and then they had two older brothers. Okay, and they had two older brothers and a little sister, and they had two of everything. Okay, they was rich. Okay, as far as I knew, as far as I was concerned. Okay, because I didn't know. We always grew up real poor. So, to me, they was rich. They lived in a 2-story house and they had two of everything. They had 2 cats. They had 2 dogs. They had 2 cars and they had a 2-story house. Okay. So yeah, they had 2 of everything. So, we was living with them, right? I mean, we was living next door to them, right? And so this dude got tired of my dad borrowing stuff all the time. He wasn't used to that. Okay. My daddy wanted to borrow money. He wanted, which he would never pay back. He wanted to borrow a lawnmower. He wanted to borrow some water. And he wanted to borrow the electricity. So this dude got fed up. He said he got fed up. He said, I can't take it no more. Your daddy want to borrow everything. So by the time my dad borrowed his wife, he had enough. He said that was it. He couldn't take it. Put his house up for sale, and they was out of there. And they didn't care that they was selling it way under the market value. The other neighbors that lived on the other side of us was begging him not to sell. And he said he couldn't take it no more. Okay? He knew my dad was with his wife because he smelled that stinky feet smell when he walked through the door. Okay. And you couldn't get that funky, stanky, smelly feet from anywhere but my daddy. That stanky, oh man, it smelled like SHI. You know the rest. Ugh, I mean, I don't even know how my mom would massage his feet, but she always did it with a frown on her face. Her face is just all like she bit on a lemon and she rubbing his feet and just coating her nose. And me and my brother, my dog, and my little sister in my bedroom with the window up, and everybody got their head stuck out the window. Even my little doggy Kojak sticking his head out the window. He trying to get some air. And because you can't breathe, okay? The neighbor came, he knocked on the door because my dad wanted to borrow something else. And when I opened up the door, he just grabbed his nose like, oh, what is that? Did your dog take a dump in the house? Do you need to borrow my a carpet cleaner? I said, nah, man, that's my daddy's feet. He said, nah, that ain't your daddy's feet. You got to clean the carpet. I said, man, that is my daddy's feet. He's standing on the porch. My daddy is in the living room. So that stanky, smelly, stank feet came out of the living room, past the doggone den, out to the front door and onto the porch. And this dude still grabbed his nose. He went and bought his carpet cleaner over to the house. And my dad came out and he's like, no, I don't need no carpet cleaner. I wanted an extension cord. I want to borrow some electricity. Okay, so that's when my dad started borrowing electricity and didn't pay him back. Then by the time my dad borrowed his wife and he said, I'm leaving, I done had enough. Okay, so, but his kids, we love playing with Bobby and Timmy. Okay, and Bobby and Timmy, you know, they was kind of smart, well-read little kids. Okay, well-read. All right. Because they are the ones that taught me what a vagina was. Okay. They said it was a joke at first. All right. So what happened was Bobby and Timmy, you know, we had a big brick fence that divided, you know, the property. So we would climb up on top of the fence. So one day me and my brother climb up on top of the fence, and Timmy is the youngest because Timmy is 5 and Bobby is 7. Okay, so Timmy goes, you want me to tell you a joke? I said, yeah, go ahead. Tell me a joke. And you know what he said? Vagina. And Timmy and Bobby are cracking up laughing. I'm like, what kind of joke is that? He goes, it's a bad word. I said, a bad word? I said, say that again. He goes, vagina. And they cracking up laughing, him and his brother. And now me and my brother looking at each other is like, what's a vagina? And he goes, you don't know what a vagina is? I said, nah, I don't know what a vagina is. And he's cracking up laughing. And he goes, my mommy got one. I said, your mommy got a vagina? He said, yeah. I said, my mommy too poor to have a vagina. And he's laughing up. He said, your mommy don't have a vagina? I'm like, heck no. He said, do you know what a vagina is? I'm like, heck no. He said, so then my brother goes, I know what a vagina is. He goes, I said, what's a vagina? And he goes, a car. And so right then, I didn't even get to check with Bobby or Timmy to see if my brother was right, because they done jumped off the fence and ran back in the house. So I said, it's a car? He said, yeah. I said, well, what kind of car is a vagina? He said, let's wait on the front porch and then we'll see when the vagina come home, because Timmy's mom went to the store and when she comes back, she'll be driving her new vagina. So we're sitting on the porch, and every time a car go by, I will go, nah, that's not a vagina. Then another car go by. Nah, that's not a vagina. And then this dude that lived down the street used to have a red Porsche. And this dude comes driving that red Porsche down the street. Woo! And my brother goes, that's a vagina. And I said, man, that ain't no vagina. That's a Porsche. And he goes, what? I said, nah. So Timmy's mom got a vagina and I want to see it. So we're sitting on the porch and we're still waiting, right? So pretty soon, Timmy's mom come. She's pulling up into the driveway. And I go, hey, that's not no vagina. That's a station wagon. I go, maybe she got it parked in the garage. So I go over to Timmy's mom while she's taking the groceries out the car. And, I'm like tugging on her skirt, like, Timmy's mom, Timmy's mom. She goes, yes. I said, do you have a vagina? And she starts blushing. Okay. She's kind of turning red and she's got a big smile on her face. And she's like, she goes, yes, I do have a vagina. I'm like, whoa. I said, well, where is it? Can I see it? And she starts cracking up laughing. And she goes, no, 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 no. You cannot see my vagina. I said, well, you let Timmy see your vagina? And she goes, Timmy saw my vagina when I was coming out of the shower. She said, if you want to see a vagina, you have to ask your mom. And so I look over into the driveway and I said, my mommy don't have a vagina because my daddy is not going to buy my mommy a vagina. And she's just start cracking up laughing. So then she says, well, if you want to see a vagina, you're going to have to ask your mom, like that. And so I'm like, okay. So I go home, right? And my mom is in the kitchen washing the dishes. And I said, hey, Mom, you know what? I said, what's a vagina? And then my mom's like, looks at me. I said, well, Mom. She goes, where you hear that word from? I said, from Timmy. I said, what's a vagina? Because Timmy's mom has a vagina. And she says, you're going to have to ask your dad when he gets home. I said, oh, no, I'm not asking my dad. Okay. And then I remembered Timmy's mom said she saw her vagina when she was coming out of the shower. So my mommy must have a vagina hiding in the shower. Good thinking. So I run into the shower and I look up and I see this big old bag with a long white cord coming down off of it. And I go, ha ha, my mom's been hiding her vagina in the shower. So I jump up and I snatch this big old, looks like a big water balloon, right? With this little long cord on it. So I figured if I blow on that cord, I can blow up this big old bag. So I put my mouth on this little long cord and I'm going, I'm blowing, but the thing got like little tiny holes in it and is not blowing up. So I take it out of my mouth and I say, let me put this thing under some water, like put it in the sink and wrap it on there like a balloon. So I like pull that little thing out and I push the little bag over the sprocket and I turned on the water and then I let the water just fill it up like a big giant balloon until it just boom blew up. Water is all over the floor. I mean, I soaked all those little floor mats. It was soaking wet. I mean, talk about a puddle. It wasn't a puddle. It looked like I just bust a big giant pipe and everything was soaked. Okay. So it was just too much that I couldn't clean all of it up. So I took my mom's broken vagina and I stuffed it in the trash can and I rolled all the toilet paper off the toilet paper roll and I stuffed the toilet paper on top of it. And then I just took those mats. They were so soggy and wet and I just threw them in the bathtub. Okay. So now my heart is beating so fast because I'm going to get in trouble. It looks like my dad going to have to buy my mama a new vagina. So I'm scared. And then just like I thought, I went in my room and I hear my dad yelling. Okay. Who put all this water on the floor? Who put all this water on the floor? If it's Horus, I'm gonna whoop his butt. Okay? That's what he always do. Okay? He always want to whoop my butt. Not my brother. Okay? Not my sister. My butt. He don't even know if I did it. Okay? He don't even know. But that's the first thing come out of his mouth. Okay? Now, you know what? I know people be like, it ain't so bad to get a whooping. Okay? You're right. It wouldn't be so bad if he didn't stutter. Okay? Have you ever got your butt whooped by somebody that stutter? I said, don't do that. No. You. I mean, damn. I mean, give me a break. Okay? It might be a little bit better if you give me 10 lashes, but gee whiz, I get 10 hits before he can get 3 words out. Say it. I mean, gee whiz. Come on, buddy. Okay? Now, I didn't find out. So people, when you're young, and if you're getting your butt whipped on a weekly basis, okay, I mean, you don't even have to do nothing. I mean, you could just be coming in through the door and they thinking of something, a reason to whoop your butt. Okay? So I couldn't do anything. If my little sister did something, I'm getting my butt whooped. Okay? I bet she better not spill no milk. She better not spill no milk. She spills some milk. I better just be like, all right, I'll clean it up and take the butt whooping. That's how it was. All right. But anyway, my dad is yelling, talking about he finna whoop my butt, right? So my auntie, she runs into the room and she goes, what happened? What did you do? Because I'm going to say I did it. That way, he ain't going to whoop me like that, right? So I said, I broke my mama's vagina. And I started crying, right? Because I knew he was going to whoop me, you know, and she started laughing. I was like, what? Why are you laughing? And she goes, you did what? I go, I broke my mama's vagina. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Like that, right? And she said, she said, do you know what a vagina is? I was like, yeah. She goes, where's your mama's vagina? I said, in the trash can. And she goes, she's cracking up laughing, right? She's laughing. She said, your mama's vagina in the trash can? You trying to say your mama's vagina is trash? She's cracking up laughing. And so then she goes in there and she goes, you guys, you can't whoop him. She goes, you can't whoop him. He don't even know what he did. And she's like, what? She said, told me to come here. She goes, come here. Come here. She goes, tell your dad what you did. She says, point to your mom's vagina. And she's cracking up laughing. I said, I'm pointing at the trash can. And my dad is looking at me all crazy. He's like, what? I said, I tried to hide it in the trash can. And I went in the trash can and I put it up. And he was like, who told you that was a vagina? And I said, Timmy told me it was a vagina. He said, who told Timmy that was a vagina? And I said, I guess his daddy did. He said, oh, that means his daddy ain't getting no pussy. I said, he got 2 of them. And so that was the reason my dad started creeping over to his house. That's what really happened. Okay? So that's what happened on that story. That's one time I didn't get my butt whooped. Okay? Well, every time my auntie Gloria came to the house, I never got a whooping. Okay? Because she would always stick up for me and she used to fight back. She wasn't like my mama. My mama could take a punch, okay? One time, my daddy took off his belt and whooped my mama like she was a little kid, okay? And when I went and I said, hey, leave my mama alone. You can't whip my mama. He said, oh, okay, you're right. Bam! So he punched her in the face. Her head hit the window and the glass broke and then the glass fell on the ground. And then I ran up and then I tried to bite him on the leg. And then he said, kaboom! And I fell on the ground. And then me and my mama was sitting on the ground crying. And then we just started picking up the glass, right? And then he said, yeah, you better pick up all that glass, okay? And then he walked out the door. Just like that, okay? So, but, all those little butt whippings, I appreciate it. You know why? Because if he would have never whooped my butt like that, I would have never started studying martial arts. I would have never tried to learn how to fight. Yeah, at 8 years old, the next door neighbors, they used to go to the library every week. That was their weekly routine. Their mom would take all the kids to the library every Saturday, okay? So they start inviting us. They would invite me and my brother and my little sister. And we start going with them. So when I went with them, I would check out karate books. So and I would be in my room with the karate books, trying to practice, doing karate. And I would do that. And then guess what I did? I would start, I'm practicing. They used to have this show called Kung Fu Theater. That used to come on every Saturday. So I didn't even tell nobody that I would be in there watching the Kung Fu Theater. And I'd be like, ha, 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 just practicing just like they did. And it actually paid off. Okay. So anyway, that's the story of the day. And, this other story. And guess what? I even started practicing learning how to tell jokes. All right. So I got one for you. It's more like a riddle than a joke. Okay. And it goes, what does what's his name? TDJ Blake's, Tyler Perry, Puff Daddy, and Jesus, what do they all have in common? Okay, I'm going to give you a second. Just think about it. Okay, it's TGJ Blake's, okay, Tyler Perry, or Medea, whichever one you want to call him, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whichever one you want to call him, and all y'all know Jesus. So what do all of them have in common? Okay, figure that out yet? Let me tell you, they all like to get naked around a whole bunch of boys and rub their feet and play in water. Okay, I'm not making this up. Okay, they got a picture of P. Diddy and TGJ Blake's in a hot tub together. All right, like I said, my mama told me birds of a feather flock together. Okay, Tyler Perry, we already know about Tyler Perry. It's nothing new. He already said he's, he prefers men. He already said it. Okay, so, and he's hanging around P. Diddy. We already know what P. Diddy does. We already know him. Okay, he's worse of all. He's a pedophile. Okay, these guys are a pedophile. Why is the dude that you go into church to see every Sunday, giving all your money to, why is he in a hot tub with a pedophile? I just want to know why. And letting Tyler Perry baptize him or lay hands on him or touch him like go look up that video. Go look up that video. TGJ Blake's got his hands up in the air and Tyler Perry is touching him on the forehead and he doing all this. Like, what? Yes, that's insane. Okay, I tell you what, you might see Jesus rubbing on a man's feet butt naked, but I tell you what, you'll never see Horus doing that. Okay, You might see Horus driving a Porsche, rubbing on some vagina. You might see Horus doing that. But hey, to each their own, baby. Okay. And then you know what? Here's another thing. Isn't when somebody, this is what you really got to think about, because you got to think deep too, on a deep level, on a real deep level, a spiritual level. Okay. Because we all know the truth is love. The truth is positive. Okay. Lies are evil. Am I correct? Are lies not evil? Okay. If lies are evil, somebody is not being truthful, and the story of Jesus is a lie, doesn't that mean he's a devil too? Because it's a lie and it's evil, and the story of Horus is true, and that truth is love. You guys think about that. Just think about it. And think about, why is it that everybody be doing stuff, talking about in the name of Jesus, and they always doing something evil, and they evil God and all this kind of stuff. Okay. Just remember all the evil stuff that they be doing. Okay. You remember George Bush told the biggest lie. They got weapons of mass destruction, and go and kill these people and kill innocent people. And you guys talking about y'all praising this dude, you praising the Jesus, right? And then explain to me why you black folks praising the same people as the Ku Klux Klan. Both of you guys got the King James Bible. The Ku Klux Klan and the Baptist Church, the Methodist Church, the Holy Pentecostal Church, and you guys hold the same King James Bible as the Ku Klux Klan. I just want somebody to explain that nonsense to me. Please start explaining that to me. And when you do, because I thought the Ku Klux Klan was an evil group, a bunch of people. Oh, but they all worship Jesus? So please explain it to me, black folks. You need. All right. Okay. If you white, you don't got to explain it to me. But if you black, you got to explain that to me. Okay? You got to. All right. Anyway, that was the joke of the day. And hey, hope you enjoyed that show, that storytelling. Okay? But I wish all of you to have peace, love, and happiness at all times. So remember, take care of yourself first, love yourself first, till you get to that point where you can start loving everybody else. Peace and love, everybody. See you next time.